The Syrian refugee crisis. How did it start?
In the summer of 2015, Europe experienced the highest influx of refugees since the Second World War.
Why?
Syria has become the world's top source of refugees. Syria is located in the Middle East, an ancient, fertile land settled for at least 10,000 years. Since the 1960s, it's been led by the al-Assad family, who have ruled it as quasi-dictators until the Arab Spring happened in 2011, a revolutionary wave of protests and conflicts in the Arab world that toppled many authoritarian regimes. But the Assads refused to step down and started a brutal civil war. Different ethnicities and religious groups fought each other in changing coalitions. ISIS, a militaristic jihadist group, used the opportunity and entered the chaos with the goal to build a totalitarian Islamic caliphate. Very quickly, it became one of the most violent and successful extremist organizations on earth. All sides committed horrible war crimes using chemical weapons, mass executions, torture on a large scale, and repeated deadly attacks on civilians. The Syrian population was trapped between the regime, rebel groups, and the religious extremists. A third of the Syrian people have been displaced within Syria, while over 4 million have fled the country. The vast majority of them reside now in camps in the neighboring countries, who are taking care of 95%.
Should the U.S. take the initiative and help? Here's what Jason Altmeyer, Senior Vice President of Florida Blue Cross and former Congressman, has to say.
The question that's raging in the country right now is, what do we do as a nation? What's our moral responsibility for people who are in a civil war torn zone, a nation where people by the millions are fleeing because of the devastation they see around them? What's our moral responsibility? And I think as a nation, we do have a responsibility to step up and do what some of the other countries have done and provide a safe haven for people that have come in. And in the other nations like Canada, there's evidence to show they're productive members of society, they grow the economy, they become involved in their communities in a way that benefits everybody. So I do think we have a moral obligation to help some of these people out.
Here's what Mark Kelly, a U.S. history teacher, has to say.
Well, number one, I think it's a good humanitarian cause because those people need to seek asylum due to their crisis.
So you want to let them in?
I don't see a negativity in allowing those to come in, that as long as they are following the laws of the United States.
Syrian children struggle to survive every day.
ليش قايلون؟
احنا شعب الأسد قتلنا.
ايوه.
نهبنا، عشان احنا منهم. لأننا قاعدين هون، عشان منهم. احنا بنعبي مي نشرب هون، عشان احنا منهم. احنا ما نزل. عشان احنا منهم. نعلم نشرب. والله
ليش عم تبكي؟
عشان نهبنا. قدر بيوتنا. نهبي ما لنا شيء.
هدلكم بيوتكم؟
هدلكم كلي ما عندنا شيء. هون نشرب مي. المطر نقعد الجماعة.
ايه.
نقعد نسهر عندهم. شو بيقول؟ والله العظيم ولا خلال نقعد دقيقة بالبيت. هو بشار الأسد واقع كثير. نسقط بغص المي. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. بس فرحنا.
Few are luckier than others. What's your name?
Miday.
How old are you?
12.
Where are you from?
Syria.
Why did you leave Syria?
Because my dad's sister here and all my family here, and I'm come because my grandpa he's in the hospital and I want to see him because I don't know how.
Would granting asylum be a risk?
Do you think that accepting some would be dangerous?
Well, you don't want it to be dangerous, right? Hopefully
Yeah.
there will be some vetting that goes in to this, but these are not terrorists. These are people, again, 4.8 million people in a nation that's been at civil war that is destroying itself from within for the past 5 years, that don't have access to health care, don't have access to water in many cases, just horrific circumstances. And these are families and these are children. And those are the people that you want to take in as refugees and give them a chance to reassemble their lives and to live in whatever country they choose. But the terrorist issue is something that you would need to make sure you don't have somebody with bad intent taking it.
Putting the people on notice that are coming here from Syria as part of this mass migration, that if I win, they're going back. They're going back. I'm telling you, they're going back.
It's hard to answer that question because you eventually have to interview all the people that are coming into the country, and that's only check to see if there's any threat. So it would be hard to answer that.
This is not a Syrian problem. It is not a Middle Eastern problem. It is not a European problem. It is a global problem. And it is going to take global leadership, not to resolve it. That's going to be probably decades in the making, but simply to contain and manage it. There is only one nation that can exercise that leadership. That is the United States.